Avodah Zarah Peragain מעמידין Daf Vav, sponsored the Refuah Shlema for Moshe ben Fega. The sages prohibited olive oil of an idolater. Rav stated Daniel instituted the decree to prevent intermarriage. Shmuel stated the oil was not kosher, stored in containers that imparted forbidden flavors. Question. Eventually, Rabbi Yehuda Nasiya, Rebbe's grandson's court, rescinded the decree. Shmuel explained, unlike the Mishnah's Tana, he held flavors not a ben yoma, not absorbed by the container within the last 24 hours, are detrimental to the taste of the oil, not prohibiting the mixture. However, if Daniel instituted the decree, how did Rabbi Yehuda rescind it? Only a court greater in wisdom and number of judges can rescind an earlier decree. A source. A verse states, Vayasim Daniel al liboy, asher lo yizgal b'fas bag hamelech uviyayin mishtav. Daniel decided he would not defile himself with the king's bread, food, or wine. The answer. Rav explained he decided means with his court to institute a decree. Shmuel explained his decision was limited to him. Question. Bread, oil, wine, and their daughters were instituted as one of the 18 decrees by Beis Shammai v'Hillel. The answer, Daniel instituted it only in cities where people socially interact, but permitted them in fields. Talmidei Shammai u'Hillel prohibited them even in fields. Question, how did Rabbi Yehuda Nasiya rescind the decree of Talmidei Shammai v'Hillel? The answer, the ruler requiring a greater court to rescind is only when the decree was accepted by most of the nation. The decree not to use Gentile oil was never widely accepted because oil was not available in many places. They relied on Reb Shimon Gamliel's rule, Ein gozrin gezerah ala tzibur elim kein yecholin lamod bo. A decree cannot be imposed if the nation cannot uphold it. Such a decree may be rescinded by a lower court. Question. What was the decree against their daughters? The answer. Despite that biblically there is no menstruation, impurity for a Gentile, and for a Jewess only after her first period, Beis Shammai v'Hillel decreed a Gentile baby girl impure from birth. In fact, their daughters were the reason for the other decrees. Because of them, wine. Because of wine, oil and bread. Their daughters because of idolatry. Question. The Torah states, Lo sischaten bam. It is prohibited biblically to marry Gentile women. The answer, this prohibition applied to the 7 Canaanite nations. Other Gentile nations were included by Talmidei Shammai v'Hillel. According to Reb Shimon Bar Yochai, Shedoresh Taimei Dekra, who derives from verses Reasons for Torah Laws, a verse states concerning intermarriage, Ki yasir es bincha me'acharai, indicating a woman from any Gentile nation who would turn her husband's heart away. The rabbinic decree, number 1, included a prohibition for cohabitation out of wedlock. However, the court of shame prohibited this. Yehuda stated concerning his daughter-in-law Tamar, execute her. Number 2, biblically, a Jewess is prohibited to an idolater. The decree included a Jew to an idolatress. Number 3, a Jew to an idolatress is halacha Moshe Misinai, an orally transmitted law, kanoim pogimbo. Pinchas killed Zimri and Cosby based on this halacha. Number 4, biblically the law applies to those who repudiate the Torah publicly. The decree extended to private repudiation of the law. This was decreed by the Hashmonai court. A Jew cohabiting with an idolatress is liable for cohabiting with a menstruant, a shivcha, an idolatress, and a married woman. Ravin replaced the married woman with a zona. Number 5, the Hashmonaim court prohibited cohabitation. Talmidei Shammai v'Hillel prohibited yichud, seclusion. Biblically, seclusion is prohibited with a married woman. The court of King David prohibited seclusion with a Jewess, and Talmidei Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel prohibited seclusion with an idolatress. If you're enjoying Daf 5, please click on the link below, subscribe, and become a sponsor. Thank you.